Hi guys, it's Tom the taxi driver. Let's face it, I'm never going to be cool enough to be featured on GQ, so I decided to do my own 10 things I can't live without. Let's get started. First one, and I will move heaven and earth to find one of these, a toothbrush. It makes obvious logical sense, right? But I just can't believe there was a point in my life where I actually neglected my oral health. Now it's to the point that even if I'm stranded in a field in the middle of nowhere, I'll either make a toothbrush or I'll go to the nearest convenience shop to find one. This is a Philips Sonicare, although I've noticed I'm getting a little bit of wobble in the head there, so I don't know if that's maybe broken if I need another one. I think I would forego a shower for many, many days if it meant I could have a toothbrush. If I somehow find I've got into my day without cleaning my teeth, I just feel absolutely wrong. Like my day will probably be going downhill massively. This thing is incredible. I love it. Sparkling water. I don't drink, so sparkling water is my bit of fun, really. I don't really drink Coca-Cola a great deal either. Like that's kind of like reserved for super one-off special occasions when I feel like I really need it. Sparkling water is like not just my special water, but it's also the everything water, the default water. So I'll drink this when I go to the gym. I'll drink this in place of normal water. It's like you're incentivized for drinking it because you get that wonderful hit of the sparkling water. This is so good, I actually call it sex water. You know, you go to a nice meal somewhere, you want to have like sparkling water just to give it a bit of edge. I particularly loved it when I was in Southeast Asia because their sparkling water is so heavily carbonated. Like the stuff in Thailand and Laos is literally jumping out of the glass. It's that carbonated. One of the most painful things about my breakup with my ex-girlfriend was that she took the soda stream. And honestly, I was like lost for a period of time about the soda stream. But now, oh, it's so good. Oh. Next up, coffee. So you might have seen in a previous video, I've got a Sage Barista Express. And this is a home espresso machine with an inbuilt grinder. I've had it for about 3 years and I use it, honestly, every day. It's just such an integral part of my daily routine to wake up, put on some awesome beans that I've curated from buying them from a shop somewhere or someone's recommended to me, and just enjoying a nice cup of coffee. I would usually restrict myself to 2 of these a day because, you know, with espressos, they can be quite strong in the caffeine. Coffee is just something that gives life so much more of a richness. So I'll be in a random city somewhere and the morning objective might be to go and find a coffee shop to go and work in. And it's not just the coffee itself, it's the aesthetic of the environment. I can pull out my laptop and just get working away, put some music on and just really zone out. I actually get a little bit sad, like in the afternoon time, I have like a harsh cut off of like 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. I won't drink any more coffee for the fact it can be detrimental to sleep. And I kind of get a little bit upset that I can't drink any more coffee for the day, but I get excited that the next day, tomorrow, I get to wake up and have coffee. That's kind of something that really G's me up and gets me excited to wake up in the morning for. Currently, I'm rocking Monmouth Coffee Company. That's now really cold. Sleep mask. Let me tell you, sleeping with a sleep mask is an absolute game changer. Times previously, I've had like blackout curtains. So you're like, well, if I've got blackout curtains, why do I need a sleep mask? There's just something really comforting about it. This one is the Manta sleep mask. I like this because you can adjust these eye covers here. They don't actually put pressure on your eyes and eyelids itself. Wherever you go traveling, it doesn't matter if the blinds are not blackout. It doesn't matter if there's a bright light in the hostel somewhere. It doesn't matter if, like the other weekend, I was in Wales and I wanted to have a quick nap in the back of my cab. If you put this on, it kind of means business. People aren't going to disturb you because like, oh, Tom's gone for a nap. He's sleeping. Always in my travel bag, this one, because it just minimizes the chances of having bad sleep. So a lot of the items that I feature in this video are primarily for good health outcomes, which is where the sponsor of today's video comes in, and that is Manual. Men's healthcare made easy. Manual are hair loss experts and they're trusted by over 200,000 men in the UK to support them on their hair loss journey. Manual's treatments are 94% effective, and you haven't got to take my word for it, just check out some of their glowing Trustpilot reviews. Their online assessment is fast, private and available 24/7 and will be able to yield an all-in-one treatment suited specifically for your hair loss needs. You get ongoing support with clinicians being able to adapt and modify your plan based upon the results that you are experiencing. And Manual are that confident that they'll find a solution that works for you that they offer a full money-back guarantee. And best of all, if you use my exclusive discount code TOMH55, you'll get 55% off of your first hair loss treatment order, or just use the link in the description down below. Their service is fast, convenient and effective. Give it a go. Now moving on to something else that's timely, and that is watches. Kind of a new one for me, and this came about again when I was traveling. Sounds like an old trope now, doesn't it? When I go out riding or if I'm having a nice day out, I don't want to have to pull my phone out to look at the time and then get sucked into a notification and something like that. And I've had various fitness trackers, Apple Watches, Fitbits, etc. These are some of the watches I've bought this year. And the cool thing I love about this is I've started a bit of a collection, but there's not a lot of money to some of these watches. And it's just something nice I get to put on every day and kind of just enjoy, and I get to look at throughout the day. I like the connection with time as well. I'm quite routined and organized, and there's just something nice just to stop and glance and just look at the second hand ticking round. The one that started it off for me is this Casio G-Shock. I just wanted a watch that I didn't have to really think about. This was perfect for me that when I was swimming, diving, surfing. I remember a memory of me when I was really young was when my dad had like a, I guess, diver's watch. You know, we're in a swimming pool and he was able to like tell the time. And for me, that's kind of magical that you have this device on your wrist that is impenetrable to the, you know, water and the elements. I've got a Seiko in here that my brother bought for my 18th birthday. It's a solar powered one, but I've lost that a lot of times and found that. So there's a lot of sentimental value attached to that. A couple of these Casios, I mean, these are brilliant. Like, these are 15 quid, 15 pounds. And they're like cool, stylish, fairly indestructible-ish watches that have been worn by presidents. This Timex I quite like. It's a nice chronograph, so you can do timer functions. It just looks nice, and it's not a lot of money either. What I love about all the items on this list is that I've actually been able to test the hypothesis of, can I live without these items? Because when I went away traveling, that was kind of the biggest reset I'd have. Like, if I didn't do that, I would argue that maybe my phone or my laptop would be an item I couldn't live without. But I took my laptop with me and I didn't really use it that much. It wasn't that essential to my life. My phone, okay, that's a bit more of an essential because you use that for mapping and getting around. It doesn't derive the same joy or pleasure that some of these items would. Like, I actually love it every time I put a watch on, or when I pull the sleep mask over my eyes, or when I take my first sip of coffee. Whereas a phone, you kind of just take it for granted, right? Apple Airpods. These, yeah, essential everyday carry item. I've got them in this silicone rubber case just so it makes them a little bit more discreet in case anyone wants to steal them off of me. They don't get so bashed up and knocked around because it's quite easy to scratch the white case underneath. These have the noise cancellation in them. Perfect whenever I want to take a call with someone. I hate having to hold the phone to my ear because of my stupid earrings I've got. If I hold my phone to my ear, it actually bashes against the screen and it makes a sort of clicking noise, which is really annoying. On the tube, just being able to filter out unwanted noises with the cancellation. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, podcasts. Music is a big part of my life, but these come with me everywhere. Gym, taxi, tube, travel. If I lost these, I would have no hesitations whatsoever in walking straight into the Apple store and buying another pair like that. A physical speaker. So this one is my UE Mega Boom. It's a bit battered up, but of course these are waterproof. They're pretty shock resistant. Again, when I'm out on the bike, if I'm riding solo or even with my friends, I'll have a few curated playlists that help me ride a little bit harder. Music's a really good hack for productivity. So if ever you move house, I have a cardinal rule whereby you unpack the music first, i.e. you get a speaker like this out, pair your phone to it, and the music will make you more productive. And then I have my small JBL Clip 4. These are great because it's just the power of the clip. You know, you can just chuck that When I got off the boat in Laos and we were in the back of like this pickup truck that's kind of converted into a tuk-tuk, there's like 8 people that I've met on this random boat trip, and you can just hang this up, have a bit of background music, and it just adds another bit of richness to life. You just find music that people like and connect over. There's nothing better than putting a tune on and people go, oh my God, I love this song. A book. Any book, like I've got Kindle, I've got physical books everywhere. I love reading. I don't really consume a lot of traditional media. Probably spent more time on the Netflix title screen just finding something to watch than actually watching something. TV is just like chewing gum for the mind. I don't really get a lot of satisfaction out of watching that. It's mainly YouTube, and even that, it's in quite titrated doses of stuff that I really curate and want to watch. My dad said to me once that he kind of gave it to me as a bit of a compliment, but he said that when I was a kid, I would always have a book in my hand. I used to devour books like the Guinness Book of Records and all those fun fact books. And I overheard him saying this about 5 years or so ago, that, you know, I'd always have a book in my hand. And I thought, what a great mentality for life to always have a book with me. Kindles are a game changer because you have the progress bar, the status bar in the bottom, which shows you how far through the chapter you are. I have a rule that if I'm in a bookshop, I pick up a book that seems correct to what I want in life right now and it really appeals to me, I'll buy it there and then. I won't ever go, oh, I'll sit on that, I'll maybe like order it online, I'll get it cheaper. It's like, even if it's cost me more, the fact that it's there and it's speaking to me right now, I'll grab it. I'll read the physical book. When I'm done with it, I'll give it to a charity shop or sell it on or gift it to someone. And if it's a really profound book, I'll then buy it in Kindle format, so I've then physically always got the version of it to reread again here. Some stuff I'll buy on Audible and Kindle simultaneously. So if it's a book that's quite long, or maybe one I just really want to get through, I really enjoy it, then yeah, Audible and Kindle, because the two of them sync up. So you can read a bit on the Kindle, jump in the taxi, continue on where I left off on the Audible. It's awesome. It's a proper productivity hack in being able to get through books much faster. Been slacking on reading this year, but I'd like to try and read about 30 books a year, something like that. A notepad, either a physical version like this or say Apple Notes on my phone. And I'm a big believer of the mantra that your brain is for having new thoughts rather than storing them. I'll come up with a good idea. If I don't write it down, then it's lost forever to time. Physical one, I will have this when I'm doing tasks like live. So if I'm editing, I don't want to have to pick up my phone and put notes on my phone, because that could just draw me into a whole world of temptations. So it'd be like a little note to say, download this image, remove this part. And I find I'm a lot more effective when I use a notepad. Systematically, there's only 5 things to work through, and just quickly just ticking one off one by one, you get through it a lot quicker. On my phone, I'll use Apple Notes because you can search quite easily. I'll use an app called Things because you can tick them off and you can schedule it from day to day. Apple Notes, I don't really have a system. I did try doing the Tiago Forte second brain method, and whilst I see some positives to that, I think just the idea of having a search is just game changing. Just ensure you put the right keywords in your notes. And finally is a backpack. I love having some sort of a backpack, and I have backpacks for everything because I'm yet to find kind of one backpack that does it all. Starting off, this is my work backpack. I love the Herschel stuff. They make great quality stuff. And inside my work backpack, I even have a little Herschel cab bag. So that's for storing my float, my badge and bill. I've probably covered this on a previous video. I often put my lunch, my Y food in there. I've got my cutlery in there, but that's just my work bag, grab and go. I have my riding bag. Bought this used off of Facebook Marketplace for about £3. This has just got tools and gloves and spare parts for my bike, obviously. But I literally just throw this on the ground, and they're just so hard wearing. I'll just throw it on the ground, pick it up, throw it on the ground. My weekend travel bag, the East Pack, for when I'm feeling a bit lazy, and I've got the nice smooth wheels on there. That's what it says, really. And my more longer term travel, I have the Osprey Farpoint 55. Now this is one part of it. This is the 15 litre day pack, but this then attaches to the 40 litre like cabin bag size. Most airlines across the world, you can put the cabin bag obviously up in the overhead locker, and then you have this as your underseat bag. And this was my go-to for 2.5 months in Southeast Asia. Absolutely brilliant, so versatile. So that's the 10 items I can't live without. I'd love to know what you found essential in this video. If you want to know what I keep inside of my taxi and what I can't live without for my job as a taxi driver, well, I'll leave that all in this video over here.